How's it going, everyone? We've got some major PlayStation news and updates to talk about. The PlayStation 5 Pro looks to be releasing by the end of this year. We'll talk about that. I don't know how excited people are gonna get over it. I remember when the PS4 Pro came out, and it's not like it created a lot of buzz, but it was something to talk about, so we'll talk about it. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. As noted on Insider Gaming and by Tom Henderson, Insider Gaming can confirm that the leaked PS5 Pro specs leaked earlier today are real, and the PlayStation 5 Pro is still tentatively targeting a 2024 holiday release. Speaking with sources who wish to remain anonymous, we can confirm that the leaked documentation from the YouTube channel Moore's Law is Dead is real despite the criticism of the leaker and the leak specs. Insider Gaming can confirm that the documentation leaked is from a PlayStation developer portal which was sent out this week to a wider brand of third-party developers. Today's leaked documents also confirm rendering at 45% faster than PlayStation 5, 2 to 3x ray tracing, x4 in some cases, 33.5 teraflops, PSSR, that's PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution Upscaling anti-aliasing solution. So an upscaling anti-aliasing solution is actually pretty great to hear about. Support for resolutions up to, alright, memes. We know that's memes. Let us not talk about 8K 60 frames per second in games. Let's not talk about 8K 30 FPS in notable games. It's not happening. Custom machine learning architecture, AI accelerator supporting 300 tops of 8-bit compilation, 67 teraflops of 16-bit floating point. Also, it's under the codename of Trinity, and will be targeting improved and consistent FPS at 4K resolution, a new performance mode for 8K resolution, and accelerated ray tracing. In addition, it was reported that Trinity will have 30 WGP and 18,000 MTS memory. So right now, the PlayStation 5 Pro is also tentatively aiming for a holiday 2024 release, and I believe the PlayStation 4 Pro came out holiday of 2016, I want to say, 2016, 2017. So timeline-wise, I mean, we're 4 years into the generation. I feel like it's pretty safe to say that we're embarking on like the midway point of the current generation of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. So now being the time to release this souped up PlayStation 5 with the PS5 Pro actually makes sense from a timeline standpoint. I do look at some of these games that are coming out, and we are certainly seeing the PlayStation 5 hardware being pushed. Look, it would be great if every game could look fantastic and be ran at 60 FPS, but we also have to understand that we're 4 years into the life cycle of what is initially a $400 box if you buy the digital-only console. So from that standpoint, like, bro, expecting 4K and 60 FPS in the majority of games, that was unrealistic from the get-go. I remember when people were talking about 8K with the base PS5, and you were just out of your mind thinking about that with the PS5. Like, if you are familiar with PC hardware and how difficult it is to run games at 4K and 60 frames per second, you would know that the PlayStation 5 was never going to run games at 8K. It just is not going to happen. Maybe you can run Tetris, not even Tetris Effect. I'm talking about old school Tetris at 8K. Yeah, maybe you can do that, but if we're talking about like top level games that are going to push the PS5 to a new level, like a Final Fantasy 16, for example, that game was never going to run at 8K at 30 frames per second even. It just wasn't going to happen. The graphics mode in FF16 looks quite good, but then you talk about, you know, wanting 60 FPS out of every game, and I would like every game to have 60 FPS support, even if it does look like trash. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, in my opinion, that performance mode is a literal abomination. I think it is god-awful, but you know what? It is in there for the people that want to play games at 60 FPS. Now, bear in mind, I am very much of the mindset that I want to play the majority of my games at 60 FPS. I will take a graphics hit, but when I turned on that performance mode for FF7 Rebirth, I'm sorry, I have my limits as well. That game looks terrible in its performance mode. The graphics mode, I think, looks great. And you know what? Solid 30 FPS in the graphics mode, it will suffice for FF7 Rebirth. I do know that they're working on making improvements to the performance mode, and hopefully when the PS5 Pro comes out, we'll see better performance modes. But, you know, 4K 60, if the PS5 Pro can get to a point where it can push new games 4K 60 consistently with all games coming out, I would find that to be remarkable. 4K 60 is super difficult to do, and guys, gaming is dynamic. The games are gonna
push the envelope visually as the years go by. You're gonna get more and more demanding games, and if by 2027 or 2026 we see the release of Wolverine, is the PS5 Pro gonna be able to run Marvel's Wolverine 60 FPS at 4K? I don't know. Maybe it'll have some sort of better performance component. Yeah, I could see that, but 4K 60 being the standard, I just find that hard to believe, depending on the price point of this console. You know, if this console is priced at like $800, okay, that's one thing, but if past this prologue, we looked at it with the PS4 Pro. The PS4 Pro released at, I believe, $400 on launch day, or maybe it was $450. It was around the price point of the regular PlayStation 4 at launch. I don't foresee the PlayStation 5 Pro being this incredibly expensive platform. In my opinion, it would be better if they did that. If I had my selfish way of how game consoles would be released, I would start the generation and I would do 3-tiered models where you have a souped up model that's maybe, you know, $600-700, a mid-level model for $400-500, and maybe you do a lower end. I wouldn't really go the Series S route. If you want to do like a digital only box that's like $400, and let's say the regular PS5 was $500, and then you had the souped up model at launch at $700, and the souped up model was regularly running 4K at better performance, that's one thing. That's something that I personally would appreciate, but it seems like PlayStation is more so going the route of the mid-generation upgrades and the mid-console life refreshes with these Pro models. While the PS4 Pro did offer some performance upgrades, it's not like it was a night and day difference, and I do feel sorry for the people that recently just got a PS5, maybe in the last 3 to 6 months, because they're readily available now. They've been readily available for a while, but maybe some people picked it up with Spider-Man 2, and you could see, man, PlayStation 5, those bundles been getting more and more attractive. $450 for a PS5, Spider-Man 2 included. That's a pretty attractive offer, and that's a deal that you regularly see. Usually when you see stuff like that, it's a setup for something like this, like a PS5 Pro coming out, which I do believe will be out this fall. And it will be interesting if they decide to continue with the fall release of the PS5 Pro, because wouldn't you want to surround the PS5 Pro with a lot of major titles coming out, like maybe some major first-party title that could really be used as an attractive selling point for the console? You're gonna get third-party stuff, but you know, having something that was tailor-made for the PS5 Pro that can accentuate that platform's visuals, maybe like a Death Stranding 2, not a first-party title, but you get the idea. A PlayStation-published exclusive, a Death Stranding 2, I think could accentuate something like a PS5 Pro in terms of its visuals and whatnot, or whatever game, a Ghost of Tsushima 2, if that's going to come out in 2025, which might be fairly likely, that could be used as a great showcase for a PS5 Pro. Outside of third-party stuff, are we going to have that showcase for the PS5 Pro this fall? I don't know. Maybe something like a Concord can really be that showcase. I don't know, but that's going to do it for me. Definitely interested to hear what you guys think about the PS5 Pro. I know a lot of you guys, our audience is going to be more of a hardcore audience, and you're going to buy everything that comes out in a newer model of a console that provides better performance. Probably something that a lot of you will pick up. I don't think it's going to be absolutely essential for the majority of you guys. I might be wrong about that, but just seeing what the PS4 Pro offered, depending on the price point of this, I do see a lot of people probably just sticking with their PS5. You always have the option. I'm sure your GameStops of the world will do their trade-in offers. I'm sure you can sell your console to a friend, you know, turn your console into the living room machine and have the Pro in your, you know, in your bedroom, whatever the deal is. You can always figure stuff out to do with a second PS5. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Nothing that I get super excited about, but we'll see how it turns out from a performance standpoint as well. Interesting information nonetheless. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.